Hi, this is Tracy Payton. We're going to go ahead and get started with looking at the website, but we're going to be focusing on the order management side of things. So what we'll be discussing is when a customer comes onto the website, they will be able to log in or register. And once they find the products they're interested in, then they will either be able to create an inquiry and send that off to the AE, or they will go through the checkout process using the cart and the e-commerce functionality of the website. So we'll take a look at how that works and then what happens when they do submit that, as to they'll be receiving an email notifying them of the order or inquiry with the number and the products that they're referencing, as well as the AE will receive an email, and we'll show you what that looks like, and that will reference the product information as well. So we'll go ahead and get started. What you see in front of you is the actual AE's site. So this is the home page. And when the customer comes on, they have a My Account button up here at the top right. So if you click on that, it will give them the ability to log in. And that means that if they have their password and their email information, they can go ahead and log in. And that's usually done for a customer who is been on the site and is a returning customer. If they were a new customer and they have not been on the site yet or placed any orders or inquiries on the site, then they will need to register, and that's right here under the register link. So if you click on the registration, there are some required fields that you'll need to fill out, and those are marked with the asterisk. So I will just go ahead quickly and fill out some of the mandatory information listed. And let's put a phone number. Okay, and once they click on Update Details, that will submit that registration, and it will basically register that customer onto the site. Okay, so you'll see this notification up here in yellow. The customer gets that once they've registered, and it will allow them to change their password if they wanted to right now, but it's informing them that they will get an email with that password and information for them to be able to log back onto the site. Once a customer has registered, then they can come in and they're logged into their account. So you can see now that I'm logged into the account. And if I want to see any of my details, inquiries, orders, I can see that past history there by clicking on any of those links, including my favorites. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is the actual order process that a customer goes through. What they can do is do a quick search up here at the top for a polo, or they could click on one of the other categories of products or areas that you have designated for various products. So what we have here is the polo. You'll see there. So we've got some polo shirts. Now what you'll see here is 3 different buttons underneath. If you click on the image or even the description here, the name of the product, that will take you into what we call the product details, and that will list the various sizes, colors, imprint areas, locations, and so forth. But you also have these buttons. The cart allows you to add that product to your shopping cart, and that's really taking advantage of the e-commerce functionality of the site so that they can place the order, put their credit card information in there, and check out. The other button you see is the Add to Inquiry. This is a plus button, and it allows the customer to select that product, put it on an inquiry, and submit that inquiry to you. The last button you'll see there is the heart button. This is to be able to add that product to their favorites. So it does allow them to keep a section of products marked their favorites that they can come back to and order later. So it's kind of a nice holding place for those products that they like the best. So if we click onto this product image here, as I mentioned, we're going to see the information there listed. And you can select the quantity, color, and size. So we'll go ahead and select black, and we'll select a size, medium, and quantity. Once I hit next, it will allow me to upload any artwork for my logo, and it will also summarize the information regarding the pricing based upon the imprint method that is being put on that polo shirt. You have two buttons. At this point, you could add it to the inquiry or you could add it to the cart. So if I click on Add to Cart, I can then view the cart and see those products in my cart. All right. So in the cart, we have the contact details that you see there pulling in from the customer. Now, because I registered, it's pulling those in. If I had not registered at the beginning, then I would have to register at this point. Just to let you know, a customer is not able to submit an inquiry or an order without registering first on the site. So it will catch them during the cart checkout or the inquiry submission, and it will ask for their information to register. So I registered at the beginning, so it's pulling in my contact details. It's recognizing those and my billing address and my shipping details. So those are listed on the cart. Over to the right, you have the product that's being ordered and the information regarding the price, the subtotal, shipping, and total. Now, if you wanted to continue to shop, the customer could click on Continue Shopping. If not, we can just check out. So I'll click on Continue to Checkout there on the right-hand side. Okay, so what you'll see here in the checkout is this billing information that's being pulled through. This is where you can select the payment. So I'm just going to leave it on account, but you could select credit card and put in your information, as well as any special instructions that your customer might have. Along the right, you'll have the item and the price, as well as the ability to put in a checkout code if you were offering coupon for that particular product or shipping. And you can see the summary, the total there. Once I confirm the order, this will place the order, so the customer will get a confirmation. First, what they'll see is this order confirmation screen on the website. So it references their order number. It's listed there, 54993. And then there's an ability to review your order by clicking on that link. So the customer will first see this, but they will also receive an email with that order information and what they've ordered. So it's a little bit of an order confirmation. This order number is also referenced in an email to the account executive. So every time someone places an order or an inquiry, you, the account executive, will receive an email referencing that order number and product information. Okay, a separate email is also sent to Vernon Corporate just to assist in that order processing. But the AEs will definitely get that notification email notifying them of the order or inquiry. And I'm going to pull up an example. This is not from the order we just placed, but this is an example of what is caught in that email that the AE will receive. So you'll see that a new order's been placed. It will reference the order number in the email. It will have the customer details, shipping and billing address, as well as if you scroll down, you have the product information. So you have the quantity, you have the product description, as well as the imprint area and method, and you have the total price. You also will be able to see, and this is for the AE that is receiving the email, you'll now have the name of the supplier, okay, and who you need to contact at that supplier to order the product. If you want to view the product detail, you also have an active link to that product. So there's a hidden code that's on the site that's not the vendor code, and it will automatically allow you to look up the product so that you can find the vendor information, the cost price, any of those additional costs. That will all be found in this link for you. So all you have to do is click on that and you'll be able to review the product detail for that product. Okay, so you've got the shipping, the tax, the total, and any extra information that might come through on that order is at the bottom of the email. So we'll go pop back to the site. So that's the experience. That's what the customer is going to do when they come onto your website. They'll be able to select a product, they'll be able to register, check out, and place that inquiry or order. What you'll do is once you receive the email notifying you that an order has come in, you'll be prompted then to come into the back end of your website, which is the admin or the management area. To do that, it's basically the same URL. It's just going to say /manage at the back. And once you do that, you'll be prompted to sign in with your email, and you'll also have a login. It usually starts with your name and then it has a digit code after it. That is up to you to change once you get that information. After you log in to that management area, you'll be directed to this home screen. So you can see there's different activities that need attention, so it will alert you. But to let you know where that information coming in from that order is, the first thing I want to point out is under contacts. If you click on customers, that's where your customers are going to be listed. So you can see the customers that have come on to your site. Okay, so you can see that we've got a few different customers coming in here, and I don't know which one is bringing my active order in here, but you should be able to move through those entries. You can show 10 at a time or 25, so you can see more if you need to on that customer area. I'm just going to refresh this just to make sure we have it. There we go. Now, also, if you're looking for inquiries, inquiries come under that inquiries area. And if you click on inquiries, you'll be able to see any inquiries that are coming in to your site. So these are some old inquiries. Finally, what you can do is if you want to view the orders, you can come into e-commerce, view orders. Okay. And I believe this might be the order that was just placed. I'm not quite sure, but we'll just pull it up just so you can see. But it gives an order ID. It will tell you the status, whether it was on account. If it was incomplete and they had maybe clicked through and abandoned it or something was missing from the order, it would be in your incomplete area. But your completed orders are here. And then in order to open up that, you can just click on that order ID number. And the same thing goes with an inquiry. You just click on the inquiry number, and that will open up that order, and you'll be able to see the details of that order. So you can see the shipping details, the billing details, the total, and the checkout. Now, what you'll also see here, oh, this is not the actual order we just placed. I grabbed the wrong one. But you can see that there's the product, and here's the supplier code. And if you wanted to click on to that product and see the actual information, you can click on that. Oh, it's actually going to redirect me. But you'll be able to see that information there. We'll just pop back. But this will open up all the information given I log in again. I am actually on a live site, John, so I don't want to mess up his order history very much. But you'll be able to see that, and then you obviously have your summary of your order. Okay, so everything that you need to be able to place your order will be in this link here as far as pricing and vendor information is concerned. And then you also have the information here as well for the customer. Now, before on some of your other sites, you might have had to go out and go into a separate search. You have a product search on the back end of your site. So if you ever need to look up product IDs, that link that's on the order should provide everything for you. But if you want, you can come in to find a product, and we'll just copy that link here. But if we come in to find a product, this will take you to the product search that's on the back of the site. And then you can plug in that code and search to find product on the site. So there's that beanie. And if I click on the details, again, this is where I'm going to see all that information pertaining to that particular product. Now, if I was to click on that link and if I had re-signed in, I would see the same information. So you don't have to do this additional step and paste it in and search. You can just click on that product number and that will give you this information that you see here as well. So you have the cost to sell, the margin, and the variations as far as price variations in the middle. And then along the right-hand side, you have the description, the colors, and the sizes, as well as the vendor information and imprint methods. So that concludes the order processing part of, or video of these websites. There are a couple other videos that we are providing to you, as well as customizing the site, and that go over a little bit of the site functionality. So I do welcome you to watch those webinars and videos. Thank you very much for your attention on this video, and I wish you the best on your wonderful new websites. Thank you very much.